Well, time is obviously definitely an issue. Like, we only have so much time to meet together in terms of teams or grade levels or, just to meet as a staff. So time is definitely a huge practical concern. And then, just logistics, I guess. I didn't really receive a mentor teacher, and that would be nice, but there's only, I guess, so many resources in terms of people that can come into the room during the day, and I know the principal has a ton on his plate as well, so there's only so many people, I think, that, and so much time to do the paperwork and then to help the teachers. Yeah, and then I guess there's so many other things on our plate. There's testing consumes so much, and learning how to do that, and that takes away from how to administer, how to do that takes away from the instruction piece sometimes. So those are practical things, I guess, that get in the way. And then just logistics of behavior, how the school works, that stuff can get in the way of instruction time or practice.
Something that doesn't work is if you're not planned and not organized. When you're working with teachers, there's so many dynamic personalities, and everybody has a point of view and a story, that especially when you have like a limited amount of time, if we get too far off subject, that can take you down a road where you get to the end of the session and it's not been successful. So I think what's successful is the facilitator, while remaining open to listening to everyone's, what they have to say, making sure that people feel like their voice is being heard, that you're still able to keep things on track. And I think that's something that I still struggle with, because you never want to feel like you're cutting someone off, but I think it's important to stay on task. I think that's the biggest thing. Communication is key. So again, everyone knows that they have a voice and that they get to speak and kind of discuss, but you keep it organized, focused, and move towards the goal.
Because I think sometimes that's really beneficial to be with people who have been teaching a long time and have concerns that I may not have thought of yet or whatever, but then definitely that can get in the way too, or like even resolving issues that aren't related to me, or somebody's got a personal frustration that we waste a lot of trying time to solve. So yeah, those things, it can be helpful to be with people at different places, but it definitely can waste time too. It can feel like, that can feel like frustrating if other people have different needs and I'm sitting there and it's not relevant.
Okay.
Yeah, I think when you get focused on like one particular experience or example, you might be talking about behavior in general, and I think sometimes we can get too focused on this one student, or there's this one time, or we need to be a little bit more big picture, and I think something that can kind of derail for individuals is when there's this one thing that always happens all the time. Well, no, it probably doesn't always happen all the time. It might feel like it does, but it doesn't, and so we kind of get off in these, and I understand, and I do it too sometimes, where something's waiting on me, and so it becomes this huge part of my day, or my issue when it comes to behavior, but there's really kind of a bigger picture. So I think getting too taken down by one thing, we're not taking the bigger picture into consideration.